December 2013. Here's my 2 cents review on Out of the Furnace, Scott Cooper movie starring Christian Bale and Casey Affleck, Willem Dafoe, Woody Harrelson. What I loved about this movie, performances that were so real. It's almost like certain actors are acting on different leagues than the rest of us. Christian Bale, my God, he's phenomenal in this film. Like, just phenomenal. He doesn't say much in this film, and he reacts mostly to the sadness of his world, but we seem to truly understand this man, and despite his faults, we root for him all the way. Christian Bale, when he won for The Fighter, I remember in his Golden Globe speech he was talking about like how this is a showy role that he won for in The Fighter, and he was basically saying that it's the reactionary roles that, like, say Mark Wahlberg was playing in The Fighter, that are truly the memorable, or the harder roles, and the flashy roles are kind of easy to do, but it's really the reactionary roles that are truly difficult. And this is his reactionary kind of like rebuttal to his speech, saying, look, this is what a great performance is about. He's amazing in this film, and it's probably too violent and a little bit rough around the edges of a movie to kind of get any like major awards and recognition. But so I don't think Bale will probably get an Oscar nomination for this film, but this is one of the better performances of the year. And this has been a year of a lot of great performances, but he's raised the bar about how playing roles like this. Casey Affleck ain't too shabby himself. Like, he kind of does a kind of a raises his own bar, kind of performing, playing a very complicated character as well. And his scenes with Christian Bale and with Willem Dafoe are all very memorable. So this is just a top to bottom magical performance kind of movie. What I else liked about this film, Scott Cooper's direction and final cut. Not a wasted scene or moment in this film. Didn't over-explain the plots and situations. The first half especially is a great piece of filmmaking art. Basically, the world is gray, bottom line. Of course, we know this. But he tells us how every single character, when you kind of like try to explain an individual in your own life, and like basically no one's life is ever that easy to explain. So explain this movie and the plot points to somebody else after you watch this film, and it shows you that you can get into the bottle of judgment about somebody. Oh, this person's like that because then if he does this, then he's like that. But it's really a movie about showing that things are never that black and white, and no one's life is ever easy to explain, and that's what this movie's about. First movie, Crazy Heart, won Jeff Bridges an Oscar nomination. Obviously, this is a man who either casts really good actors and leaves them alone and lets them know what to do, or basically probably he brings out a lot of great performances out of his actors. So this is a director on the rise, and you have to really look out for his next movie, because he's really right out of the gates, and he really, from Crazy Heart to Out of the Furnace, like just an evolution of piece of filmmaking. I liked about this movie as well. Pearl Jam's "Release Me." The song starts the movie and ends the movie. It sets up both the tone and the overall thematic of this film about what "Release Me" the song is about, and it's basically similar to what this movie is about. The only thing that was separating this film from a masterpiece is there was a plot point. I can't give anything away, but in the middle of the film that kind of sets up the last third of the film that seemed a little bit too paint by numbers, or a little bit too cliche ridden, and it's unfortunate because everything in this movie was so tight. But overall, this is a pretty terrific film, and I'm really happy to see it because I've been watching a lot of crap, and I actually went away from movies for like 3-4 months, and I'm back, and this is one of the first movies I saw, and it was such a memorable film to watch too, because I was getting so sick and tired of watching these kiddie like action or violent movies out of Hollywood that were just insulting my intelligence. So it was so good to watch this movie. Great job, Out of the Furnace.